drizzling, but we're gonna get it in no matter what. Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? This message was brought to you by Roken Babes. I got my new Bar Pro pen, and we're gonna smoke it and go get some weed this morning. Motivation, but this is a sober brand. Las Vegas Original, Saints Addiction. I be wearing my sober brand stuff, and I never called it that before, but this morning it needs to be called out. Thank you. We're gonna smoke. Jesus, look at this hair, Michelle. Look on my face. No, look, is that cat hair? Who's long ass motherfucking hair? Don't care. Jesus in my face in the morning. I gotta start this show. It started good. This morning's marijuana motivation was brought to you by my buddy for being sober. And shout out to Cheese, because he used to be a really hard drinker. You can call him, he had the Irish flu. Bam, I caught it again on the first ring. How fucking cool is that? And we're going to talk about being a sober brand at Saints Addiction. Bam, boom. All right, so first of all, we got to show off the new device. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See it light up. Yay! All of this encased in here. Show would be how long I smoked, what temperature I smoked, and how many times I smoked. You don't want to know how many times you smoked. It adds up. Cartridges sold separately at Saints Addiction, and we're on a mission. So technically I'm Cali sober because I do smoke weed. My girl has her own pen. She can smoke her own. Yeah, these guys are kicking ass, taking it. Go get them, boys. Thank you. Hard work. Stay in school. You'll average almost $6 to $8 an hour more if you stay in school. So here's what ends up happening as a sober brand. You give up everything for one thing when you're an addict, and you get everything when you give up that one thing. And I don't know if some people have a ball of what did he call it? A ball of pleasures he had to endure. We were watching RFK last night, and man, that guy's a fucking full-on junkie. He went from taking his first hit of acid, never drinking coffee, to literally injecting heroin in a month. And I mean, that's a pretty big switch. That's not me.
No, it's the weather guy.
I was gonna say. It's a mind fuck to think that you can accelerate your life and even be born into the Kennedys and be born into money and be born into fame and still have that addiction inside of you, still have that voice. And what did he call it? He called it like a power that was over him. But he said by 9 o'clock in the morning, I had the willpower. You're going to need inner willpower. It's one of my shirts. But by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I couldn't control that guy. And it's sad because you are who you are, and you think that you control you, right? Like I've said it many times. I've tried controlling my hand from cigarettes. I've tried controlling I was even watching your boy. Who's the dude that does the show? We were watching Cooper. No, he was one of the talk show hosts, and he just recently got fired. And they were talking to him about his sobriety. Huh? Tucker Carlson was all fucked up on alcohol, and he's like, how did I not know that I was an alcoholic? How did I not know that 3 martinis in the morning was not the business? Just screw drive everything away. And unfortunately, that's where we're at with it. When you're that much of an addict, when you have that much compulsion and you have that little willpower, you're going to watch yourself be someone that you're not. You can wake up in the morning, like you said, 9 o'clock, but by 4 o'clock, working 9 to 5, he had a bundle of compulsions. That's what he called it, a bundle of compulsions that required full-time fucking job, bro. It becomes a full-time job to be an addict. Now you don't have any time for holding hands. There's no time for knowledge. There's no time for growth. There's none of that. It's just a full fucking time job. And he got exhausted chasing the same fucking, let's call them chemicals, I guess. You know, it's a chemical compound, whether it be alcohol or cocaine or heroin, which he ended up deciding to be on, you know. And so did my best friend. He's like, how did you get sober? I got arrested in JFK airport, named after his own father. Boom, baby, boom. Or his great grandfather, I should say. And now you're got heroin and your name's Kennedy at the airport. He's like, it's the best thing that could ever happen to me because it's the only thing that let me get clean. And my best friend just got clean in jail. It's the worst place to be sober. I hope you buy a sober brand before you get sober in jail. But it's a full sport, bro, and you don't want to have your hands around it or on it, because now all of a sudden you have no time for anything else. And the reason I'm telling you this morning is I got to see my friend. Morning, bro. I see I got 500 days from alcohol, dude. Rock star, bro. That's almost 2 full years. And as you get more and more sober, you also start seeing yourself more and more too. When he was explaining it, I mean, he was only about 14 years old, and then all of a sudden, 0 to 14, he was really sober. He took the promise pen. He used to wear it in the Irish school and said, "I won't take the drink." And they even called the drink the Irish flu, because it's known to be, for that genetics, for that race, a tough sport to beat. And he held it true. He was like, "I'm not drinking coffee. I quit sugar at 13. I didn't eat a candy or cake till I was 18. Can you imagine being a kid and not even eating your own birthday cake? So his willpower was really hard. What he didn't know was that his addiction was harder. And that's what ends up getting us in our whole lives, is you don't know that your addiction's speaking to you till you're in a compulsion, and then you're just driven to do it for 14 years straight. 0 to 14 never did anything. And from 14 to 28, he was a full-on addict, getting busted at the airport with his daddy's last name on the airport. I mean, you can't beat that more than what just happened. Midget Saints Addiction for 15% off of RopeandVapes.com. So we ran out of actual weed, so we're just smoking our pens right now in the car to go pick up on some weed. But this message needs to be said indeed, because like, my buddy's literally in Iceland with his beautiful new fiance wife. I don't know, I think he completed the task, and follow through the process, like Mike Tyson said, follow through the process. But I had to leave him a voicemail this morning going, "Bro, you would have never had any of that." I'm talking no hard hats in ice. You know, when you go underneath the ice flows in the glaciers, right? Like, they're glacier hiking, bro. They're naked in hot tubs holding each other's genitals. They're happy as pigs in slop, bro. That's all I gotta say. In Iceland, of all places, traveled by saints, go get him. He would have never touched that, bro. He wouldn't even never touched the cursor on the mouse to buy the ticket while he wasn't sober. And that's just what was so baffling to me. If you knew what was on the other side of your trials, your tribulations, your shortcomings, you would work harder than you would for the addiction. And this is why I'm trying to tell you this, because I wake up this morning with my beautiful love, Habibi, and everything I want. You know what I mean? I mean, she works with me as a team. Big old titties. We fuck like champs. We both foodies. We're both stoners. We're both fucking travel. I guess you'll call it travelers. Are we travelers, right? The other ones are tourists. Yeah, travelers around the world. Both of us got to go and see the world, and I couldn't be happier. And I can look her in the eye on a regular basis and be like, none of this would have happened if I wasn't sober. She asked me stories about the old me, and I'd be like, yeah, that shit happened. And be like, what? No way. Yeah, some dude grabbed me and started making out with me while I was on ecstasy pills, all drunk at a club in Club Utopia. You kissed a guy, not on purpose. Like, I didn't go after him. He got on me. He was wearing a wig, and he looked like a girl. Nobody wants to know all that shit. Nobody wants to know when you shit your pants from alcohol, hanging out with your buddies from Finland in Las Vegas, and those fuckers come around and make me lose a day of my life. It's happened twice. The second time was out in, she's never blacked out in her life. And I'm like, Michelle, I've blacked out literally over maybe 30, 40, 50 times in my life. There's something with alcohol that when it gets in my system, it turns my lights out, but it doesn't turn me off. And that's a bad thing. Like, you keep talking and walking and saying shit you don't mean, and hitting people and getting into fights and all these other subversive things that I would have never. Sober brand, work harder, bro. Yeah, it's a sober brand. And I didn't ever coin that phrase before, but I have a sober brand. Saints Addiction is a sober brand, and it's about sobriety. And sure, I'm smoking my weed in front of you. Let me show you my compulsion. But that's it, bro. That's it. It's just weeds. It's not even pills. You can even ask Michelle. She'll be getting headache medicine. I'm like, I don't take anything, bro. It's not that I'm afraid that it's going to make me relapse. I wasn't like JFK. I've never had needles in my veins. But, like, for all of us, there's something in every one of us that's a compulsion. I don't give a fuck who you are. You know, he said it right there, Tucker Carlson. He said, I'll prove how weak of a man I am. Just put some Fig Newtons next to me right here on this plate, and I'll show you a weak man right now. And it was like, there it is. There's the honesty of it. It's like, it could be sugar. It could be pussy. It could be sushi. I don't fucking know, but like, there's a lot of things that I'm like, oh, I'm a sugar slut. Oh, I'm a sushi slut. I'm a pussy slut. Whatever it is, I am so slutty for. I'm a museum whore. That I go for broke for it, bro. And I mean broke. And you go like, oh shit, I could sacrifice everything for this one thing, and not to know that I sacrificed 1,000 things for this one thing. And that is why I had to have this conversation this morning with people. Is like, you wouldn't fucking believe it, but I'm telling you, bro, I would have never made it around the world 3 different times. I would have never met the love of my life. I would have never had healthy relationships. I would have never mended the things that I broke with my family and friends. And I definitely wouldn't be the man that I am today with businesses and products and opportunity and hope. You know what I mean? I mean, there's just no hope in dope, bro. Like, you're going to be, my buddy's doing it. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, I got arrested and I got to get sober. I couldn't get it. I didn't have any money, and I wasn't going to do everybody's underwears and socks for no fucking heroin. You know, like, there's things you got to do in jail that you would never do in real life. Scrubbing some man's fucking skank ass fucking underwear, prison underwear, just so you can get some heroin. I don't think so. And that's what happens. We live like that. Green sober. I don't even use Tylenol either. Yeah. So, I mean, I have nothing in my cabinets. I don't have any antidepressants. There isn't any pain meds. There isn't anything alleviating me other than the green. I can say Cali sober because everybody wants to call it Cali sober, but I'm sober, bro. I don't drink and drive. I smoke weed when I ride. I don't inhale any other powders or chemicals. It never goes down. I couldn't even drink alcohol again. And I think Tucker Carlson was saying something like that too, where he was like, you can't even force it upon me. It's just not the taste. And it's so crazy when you think about it. I can say one word to you and it'll make you throw up, and it's called tequila. And it's weird when you just say tequila, right? It'll give you this sensation in your stomach. You're like, already like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's so crazy that that's how I feel about alcohol now. When you go like, oh, hey, you want some of this? I'll be like, nah, dude, it'll make me throw the fuck up and shit my pants all over again right in front of you. So, like, there's certain things I can't run back to. I'm grateful to it that it's not a solution anymore. It's not even an easing of my problems or my perspective of the problems. I call them challenges. But when you have situations in your life and you're looking for solutions and you're like, who's going to save me? You're going to save you from fucking making that same mistake again, because now you're about to drill other holes in your canoe and make it way worse than it had to be in the first place. So that's the shitty part about the nails in the chalkboard that come down the withdrawals, is now you have to break up with the drug. You have to break. So you used to do smoking cigarette right there. You have to break up with the drug. The intimate, I'm getting close with it. I got the lighter. It's my moment. I could be selfish. Now you're not selfish anymore. Now you're living for something else. You're living for babies. You're living for love. You're living for a relationship. You just expand your whole horizon. When I wake up with this beautiful creature in the morning and I just suck up all of her oxytocin off of her skin and smell her like a dog and lick her sometimes, and you know I'm licking her, I'm like, this is the best feeling. If I was Tucker Carlson and I had all those hangovers and I was smoking cigarettes and doing daily drinks, I wouldn't feel that in my skin. I wouldn't be able to smell her. The cigarettes would have blocked my smell. I probably would have got up out of the bed to go smoke the cigarette, and the moment and the time and the free oxytocin that comes from free love was gone. And now those people don't get to experience it. So experience it with me here. This is a sober brand. Experience the chance what it's like to smell the flesh of someone that has the same pH balance of you. Kiss someone and you don't have alcohol on your breath. Actually not smell like fucking cigarettes and death. You know what I mean? And watch people come around you. Before, you smoking a cigarette, you created a cloud to keep people away from you. Now, all of a sudden, you smell good, and now they want to come up to you and get in this little neck little bit, you know what I mean, where it feels good, and then things start, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you can start, you know, day one or one day, up to you. We have one of those shirts as well, and you can start even by wearing the shirt. What I really wanted people to do was just to be like, this is a sober brand. You know, this is about sobriety and what you get from being sober. And it's just such a, I have my mental stability, I have my health, I have love, I have, you know, wealth and happiness and all those things that we all say that we want, but we don't practice it. And that's why I was like, this is real deal, bro. I wouldn't have started the brand if I didn't get sober. And it's almost like the brand gets to dictate my life. I distinctly remember saying it to my ex-girlfriend in Thailand. I said, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do this t-shirt thing. I didn't know what the name of it was. And I think she was drinking a cocktail when I was having the conversation with her. But, you know, I was going someplace else. And this was going to be my guide. I needed something to pull me through the darkness. You know what I mean? I needed something else to concentrate on. And every time I thought about my broken heart, I worked on this business. And every time something hurt my mom, I worked on this business. And every time another, let's call it again, a challenge arose, I worked on this business. And it didn't matter that I had no money. It didn't matter that I couldn't afford the event I was going to, or not have enough gas money to get back from the event, or maybe even the shirts weren't ready. At least I was getting off the couch. That's what I didn't see. At least my friends were seeing me sober. That's another thing I didn't see. And at least I was starting to build the blocks of a road out of the hole I dug myself. So that was another thing that I never thought would have been, you thought it would be the money. You think I would be sitting here bitching and be like, yeah, man, I made so much money. Is the fact that I can wake up this fucking morning and go like, holy shit, I really did make it. I made it around the world, like with no money, and the suicide it's a suicide run. In a way, I was suicidal. I lost a baby. I didn't feel good, and then as I started to heal myself, going around the world and going for walks and talking to my friend who also just lost a child of 38 days, right? I told him, keep walking, bro. Just keep walking, because that's what helped me, that's what healed me, and that's what's made me still love my life, even though I shouldn't. I should be knee deep in a hole, very sad about it, wanting to pull other people down into the hole. You know, misery loves company. Here, cry like me, bleed like me, get in this hole. It's so much fun. And now I'm on top of the hill talking to you how much fun it is to be at the top of the hill, going like, what did he do again? Glacier hiking. What do you call it when you're under the glacier? Is it even hike anymore with the helmets and shit when you're like under the cave of the glacier? Anyway, they're living, and that's all that mattered. And I looked at this man. This is the same man, like the last time in my memory that I saw him, he was drinking at the Hard Rock about 10-15 years ago, and we had given him some really strong acid that was given to us by some guy from Oregon, and it tripped him the fuck out. And then he couldn't work. You can't touch the glass because then the acid gets on the glass and you might dose everyone else. It was just a whole fucktard of a thing. But that's what we all wish we knew. We all wish we knew that if we took this journey, if we took this acid, that we would be injecting heroin in the next month. It doesn't come with a warning like that. It doesn't tell you how much sacrifice it costs. It's one of my favorite commercials, and I'll never forget it because I'm a commercial whore and it's marketing and I love commercials. But, you know, I know one of most people like, how do they develop selling this to us? But it was an anti-cigarette commercial. And the kid was going up to the fucking stand, right? And he put his shit down, and he, the guy's like, that's not enough. So he put like his change and some money down. The guy's like, that's not enough. You know what else he put down? His teeth. You're giving up your teeth when you're smoking cigarettes. Your health. He gave up his age, right? So he was a young man. Then he looked like an old man. Then he had nice teeth. Then he gave up those teeth, put them down, dentures on the counter, on top of the change, on top of the fucking dollars. This is what it's going to cost you, and no one tells you the extra cost of convenience. It's just, you think it's just a little bit of money. It's more than that, dude. It's like, it's everything you've wanted and then some. You're literally sacrificing everything for one thing, and one thing can give you everything as long as you give it up. And most people don't want to give it up. And I was like, I'm willing to give up everything for my sobriety. I'm willing to give up masturbation, sex, nicotine, alcohol. What else is on the chopping box? Everything. Anything that was going to slow me down. My anger, my bad attitude, all of those things were going to become into check and pulled into a curb my, what did we were saying yesterday? I was saying curbing something. We were curbing conflict. You know, anything that was creating some kind of conflict needed a curb, and I was going to curb it, and it was going to be curbed in me, not in someone else, and someone else having some control. I don't have control over you, but what I can tell you is a little bit of a story from a guy named Mark that just so happened to switch his addictions, turn every negative into a positive, and this is what it's got me. It's gotten me to travel the world. It's gotten me to be healthy and lose the weight. It's gotten me to have relationships that I never thought I would have, and I'm just so fucking grateful, bro. I gotta put some gratitude sauce on top of all this meal right here, this Thanksgiving meal, because it's not enough to give thanks. And it's Thanksgiving and Saintsgiving. It's not even enough to give back. It's enough to be like, I have myself back. You know what I mean? Like I could touch me in my heart and it still beats to me, and that I didn't fucking freak, and that I didn't quit, and I didn't commit suicide, and I didn't worsen my own scenario and blame others for it. It would have been so messy. And it's just like, then I get sober and now it's clean. And that's why they use that term all the time. It's like my clear thoughts. I wake up and I got all the energy. None of my energy is going to fucking fix a hangover. I'm not interested in fucking a cigarette or near a cigarette. I can't even fucking breathe around a cigarette. But there's some people, they'll smell like a fucking foot for all day, nasty, and now they date themselves, right? Like, how many people chose cigarettes instead of a husband? How many women are out there holding down the only relationship they have is buying their pack of cigarettes with the guy at the smoke shop? I promise you it's happening. And how many dudes are out there chewing their mouth thinking they look and now they don't even kiss women anymore. You will sacrifice something for the drug, and you don't know what that price is. You think it's just cash and a good time. I realized that it wasn't just about that. My good time by definition to myself was a shot of Patron Silver, chilled with a little bit of salt around the rim. There's your tequila, make me want to throw up. To swallow that down, you'd have to give me a Corona with lime, right? Chilled again. And to keep it all down, I needed to do rails of cocaine and have lines and just be like, I had my party package set up. I was like, this is a party waiting to happen. I had tequila to keep me up. I had cocaine to keep me up. And what was the other thing I was doing? I still think I was still smoking weed, but it was something else. I don't know. They drugged me. I can't tell you what it was, but all these things gave me this spike that eventually landed me down. I'm talking about falling asleep in the lifeguard stand after I went all over Hard Rock, all my friends all over rehab, all the new pool, and go, anybody got coke, anybody got coke, anybody got coke? Finally found some, finally snorted some, and it gave me the opposite effect of amphetamine. It actually gave me a crash effect, and I fell asleep in the fucking parking lot, or in the lifeguard stand, and got fired. So it's just like, you can 16 hours I slept after that day. 16 hours straight I had to sleep after I got fired from the Hard Rock. So, I have some stories to tell. I lost some jobs that I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? I'm not as bad as other people are. And again, every time I want to cry about my situation, I look around and there's other worse situations, but I'm promising you a better situation. And that's hard to promise, because it's like, I can promise it because it's mathematically correct. I can promise you because it's chemically correct. It's like input, output. If you want to output, take out the drugs, in comes the empathy, in comes the love, in comes the understanding and forgiveness from other people. If you don't do it that way, then you're just going up a hill and fighting it both ways, and we all end up tending to do that. What is he said? The green serving is Taloma. I love you. I'm a sushi slut. LBOG, nicely done. Seeing a Tito bottle makes me have a shit. Yeah, no shit. Haven't smoked a cigarette in a year. Good for you. I hate that smell of cigarettes and clothing. Oh, bro, we all do. We all do, bro. I think it's off. I've been talking for over 5 minutes, but Midget Saints Addiction for 15% off of Broken Babes, but there's some compulsions that I keep around. I keep my weed, I keep my sex, I keep my were the other things I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I still have a sugar addiction I don't want to talk about because I killed most of it. I fast, but after my only meal of the day, I love having an ice cream or a cookie or any fucking sugar, to be honest. It was almost the only woman I would sleep with every night. I mean, I could kiss my girl every night, but before her, the last kiss might be a Hershey's kiss, you know what I'm saying? And going into the cabinets and finding my way to a spoon and a bowl and some ice cream. I could dig my way through China if it was ice cream, you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of motivation. Motivation, right? That's what it was, because I was motivated enough when I was being honest with myself. This is why it is a sober brand, and this is why it's honestly flawed. I always say this is an honestly flawed brand, because not many people are honest about being flawed. They want to look fucking perfect. They want to look like they aced it. They want to look like they only hit fucking hole-in-ones and never made no mistakes. And I'm here to be the mistake masters from the Maker's Mark font. I took Maker's Mark, took the font and made it Mistake Masters, because it was just like, that's what's making the mistakes. You know, you inebriated is making the mistakes. It wasn't you at 9 a.m. with the willpower. It was you at 4 p.m. controlled by your compulsions. And it wasn't that you were a bad person. It's not that at all. It's that all of us have needs. And if you're fulfilled with your needs, if you have a family, if you have love, dogs, abundance, some extras, hell, man, even if you have extras, I know people that make it to the top of the world, and they'll be in Mallorca snorting lines of coke, they'll be in Thailand snorting lines of coke, they'll be everywhere they can trying to highlight their life instead of loving their life. And me, I'm Mr. I fucking love my life. I didn't have to have anything pull me down from a hangover. I didn't have anything pull me down from regret. I didn't have anything pulling me down. And that's why it's up to you. Lao Tao Kun, up to you, bro. Up to you if you want to climb that coconut tree. Up to you if you want to get sober. Up to you if you want to switch your motivations. And that's what I was like, yeah, man, I'm a pretty motivated motherfucker. Motivated, as in motivated juice. And when I'm motivated, there's nothing I can't do. Iceland, marriage, children, all these things look way beyond my means and ideas and possibilities. And that it's like that because I'm not in the way of myself no more. I cleared the way for me to have love in my life. I cleared the way to have health in my life. And I definitely cleared the way to have clear in my life. And that's all it's about. Clarity for me, being able to see the way that I am, being able to see the way that I treat others, and being able to feel things that would have been blocked if I was inebriated. And it's like, you know, when I do make my multi-millions off these brands, guys, the celebration won't be champagne, and it's definitely not going to be cocaine. It's going to be friends and family, and I'm going to highlight the fuck out of them. I'm going to celebrate their lives with them, let them celebrate with me, travel the world, buy them tickets. I don't buy Christmas presents. I'll buy you a flight ticket though, and then you can come celebrate with me soberly, sobriety in sobriety, and get to see what it feels like to be on multiple oceans around the world doing my frisbee addicts, because I'm still a frisbee addict, addicted to that frisbee. And I switched it. Now I get to go to do my sunset frisbee sessions with people around the world, very healthy, like-minded people that just want to go to beautiful beaches, play with beautiful bitches, and play amazing amounts of frisbee. And that's what we did, and we had a blast doing it, and I'm so grateful that I do it. It makes me a calmer person, it makes me a happier person, and then I get to love my life again, even though I can give you multiple reasons why I shouldn't. That's not how my brain works anymore. It's just too full of gratitude, too full of fucking happiness, and too full of this mood. So I'm grateful. We just pulled up, so it's nice and hot in here. I'm gonna get up. Hello, my love. Thank you, baby. Where are you going? I'm getting out into my. I love my life. She's embarrassed, so I got her. And this is the hesitation I'm talking about. They don't know what I've been through, son. Good morning. Hello. Hey, brother. Very well indeed. It is snowing right now, bro. It is snowing. Welcome to my YouTube live, by the way. You're on my YouTube live. Say hello. We're in the snow, bro. Yes. Points, use them, save them. Save them. Oh, you got pointed at. You got pointed at. Yeah. I can't believe it. We're live in the snow in Pennsylvania. I just got out. That is not raindrops. That is us literally live at the dispensary. Give these guys a shout out. Organic Remedies. Remedies, and that's meds in the middle. My hand's coming to it. Meds, you know what I'm saying? But bro, it's snowing, and we just pulled up to get some stuff, and I love my fucking life. He loves his life. You can tell when people love their lives. You got people that scared to live their lives. I'm afraid for some people that aren't in a warm house and don't have someone that loves them and isn't keeping them warm at night. That's my heart goes out to them. That's Saintsgiving. And for those that did get sober, bro, I feel you. It's such a good feeling. I can feel alive, and I'm so fucking grateful, bro. I never thought it would happen. I'm telling you, I just never thought it would happen. And now that it's happened, I'm like, oh wait, this really is my brand. And oh wait, these really are the products that I sell. And oh wait, Roken Vapes is really coming out with 15% off mentioning Saints Addiction. And that I too would get a situation that I could sell Mike Tyson future roller wraps. And we got the Snoop Dogg papers coming, bro. Stop it. Stop it. You don't want to know. So, on the edge of it, on the edge of the world, dangling my feet, and attention paid me. So, I'm going to go pay some attention to the love of my life in the snow. I can't believe it's snowing, bro. I can't believe it's fucking snowing. It's not sticking, but it's snowing, and I'm going. Saturday, I'll be flying back to Vegas. If you have any chance to meet up with me, hit me up. LVOG, the Mark Saint, the Las Vegas original. I love my life, and I want you to love yours too. Stay sober, stay clean. You know what I mean. And go be free. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish, as it snows. I'm talking about Finland. Last time I got out of Finland, it was blizzarding. I guess it's time to go to Thailand again. Or the Philippines. Either way, I'm going to make it happen. Go have a blessed day. Love your life. Blessings, peace. Thanks for watching.